help me and welcome my co-host Smith Layi. Smith Layi, welcome.
Yeah, nice to be here again, and happy Monday to everyone. Thanks for having me. Nice to be here again.
Yes. I see you're wearing your Naija jersey, so you're ready to support the boys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's we're in the World Cup FIFA now already. But let's just hope that God give us the day tomorrow. I
Today,
hope so. I hope so.
today, Smith Layi, we're going to be largely just previewing this match that is coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
but I want to ask you, how excited or nervous are you ahead of tomorrow's game?
In fact, since I was even nervous before the Rwanda game, that the East African game. So, in fact, today, the way I did shake self, I was like, it's not tomorrow. So, but what I just know basically is that it's football. The boys should go and do their job. The boys should go and like perform well, and I think that if the boys can play to their potential, 70% of their potential, they will beat the Bafana. They will beat them very well tomorrow. So for me, it's just a game of football. See, if it's a draw, that is not the end of the world. But we don't need a draw. We need to win. That is it.
Okay. I mean, I've also been very nervous. Before the Rwanda game, I said it that man, my brain was telling me we're going to just go there and beat Rwanda, but I knew in my head that it was going to be a tight affair, and it was a
Yeah.
very, very tight affair.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah.
We scored one just scrappy goal, but as far as the ball enter, we take it like
Yes.
that. 3 points.
Yes.
So like, how big of a match is this game against South Africa? How big is it?
See, if you have been following Nigerian football, historically, there are some key games that you play, in the World Cup qualifier. And this is the biggest game Nigeria will play since that Ghana Abuja match that we drew 1-1. This is the biggest game that Nigeria will actually play. There's always this key match in the World Cup qualifier. So you can compare this game to the Kenya win in 2009. You can compare this game to Nigeria beating Sudan in Obdoma 4-0 in 2001. You can compare this game to anything. This is like, in fact, in soccer beats today, they call it the game of the century. That's what South call it. So this is their game of the century.
The biggest game
this is
Ghana in 2022.
Yeah, that's our biggest game in Ghana. I won't say the AFCON final. This is make or break. I don't like to say do or die, but this is do or die.
It's do or die. It's do or die. Interesting enough, I don't know. Okay, no. On our graphic that we're going to post, our match day graphic for the game tomorrow, we have written on it now or never. We have win now or never. It's a very, very, very big game. The destiny of this current crop of players, Super Eagles. This team, in fact, the team has already even changed from 2022. Some of the players that were there in 2022 are not in the picture right now. If they miss out on another World Cup, some of these players will not be here when we're planning or we're hoping or praying or we're calculating for 2030 again. Yeah. So I would agree. It is a huge, huge, huge game. The AFCON final was a big game for us as well. We can't take that away. But going to the World Cup is a different feeling entirely. This is the biggest party in football. This is the biggest World Cup ever. We know that America, they like to put on a show. So this is going to be a huge show. We know how big the Nigerian diaspora, is when you're talking about the USA, you're talking about Canada. I'm sure there are Nigerians in Mexico as well. But mostly in the USA and Canada, we know how big the diaspora is there. We need to be a part of this party. We really do.
Yeah.
We'll talk about everything that we need to know about this fixture in just a little bit. Thank you to Real K. Real K says, guys, please like the video. 188 watching, only 10 likes. Come on, guys.
It's no like 250 or 250 something watching.
Yes, we have over 250 watching right now. So guys, as you're joining, just take 1 second. Hit the like button. It does a world of good for us. And if you want to support the channel, if you have the means, please send a super chat. No amount is too small, no amount is too big. Just send a super chat. It helps us to keep the channel running. If you want us to answer a question that you might have, if you want us to take your comment on the screen, send your comment with a super chat so that we can highlight it. And of course, we can answer whatever question or comment you have. Okay. Smith Layi, let us get into the talk about tomorrow's game. The Super Eagles of Nigeria versus Bafana of South Africa.
Yes.
FIFA rankings: Nigeria 44th in the world, South
Yeah.
Africa 56th in the world. I'll throw
Yes.
you this question: do you think we are better on paper? Are we better than South Africa?
See, you said something on paper. I think we are better than South Africa, man beat man. But there's always something that works well for South Africa is that they know how to take care of the ball, and they can run, very well. So in terms of the team chemistry, I think they are much of like a better team than Nigeria, but to have like a better individual players than South Africa. That's actually just that. So these are the team like what kudos to Ugo Bruce has been building like a club team. Most of these players are like they know themselves very well. For example, now really Mofokeng played with Nkota before, they had this, all of them play against each other, they know themselves very well. And in South Africa, they have this same philosophy, the way they actually work play. So for me, I think they are more of a team, they're more of a better team than Nigeria. But I think we have more individual players than Nigeria.
So we have better
Than South Africa.
players. We have better
Yes,
players, but South Africa is a better team.
yes, South Africa is a better team. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Um,
yes.
Looking at the recent form of both teams, Nigeria
Mm-hmm,
in our last 5 games, we
mm-hmm,
have 3 wins and 2 draws. Of course, our
mm-hmm,
most recent game was a victory, the 1-0 over Rwanda just a couple of
mm-hmm,
days ago. South Africa in their last 5 matches, they have 4 wins and 1 draw. Their most
mm-hmm.
recent game was their 3-0 victory over Lesotho.
Yeah,
Going into this game, both teams won their last match, their
yeah.
last. Do you think that the recent form favors any side in particular? Can it play a role in tomorrow's match?
Yes, so for me, if you look at the level of opposition that South Africa actually was played, coming to this game, they played against Lesotho. For me, in my opinion, I think their team that went to Chan beat Lesotho. So I don't. That's like a Chan team. So I don't see that one as I don't think that one is a big this thing. And but their most impressive result was when they went to Ivory Coast, to go and beat the Benin Republic 2-0. That was a very good performance, very good performance. In fact, they caught Coach Genetro off guard in that game because I watched that game up to like 5 times and I knew exactly what they did, to actually deal with Kenneth Draw in that game. So in terms of recent forms, you can't. The one thing about Nigeria is that you have to throw the form out the window. IoT were here together before the AFCON. Nigeria had horrible preparation before the AFCON. Nobody actually gave Nigeria hope before the AFCON. Nigeria went to AFCON, won 5 games. So that is like unbelievable. So there's one thing about Nigeria is that if the Nigerian spirit comes into play, and maybe probably this night now, because you said something that some of these boys missed out last time around. They called them the Look man, you play against Ghana and Abuja. Kavibasi, you were there against Ghana and Abuja that day.
Indeed, it was.
Online, no? You did. When he got injured, he was injured.
It was
That day,
in.
remember? Yeah, he was injured. Remember? We had to use Frank Onyenka.
Right, right.
Yeah, Frank Onyenka, you were there. You got injured. You got injured that day. They tell them these things. That guy, it's just 4 years ago. We had a chance to actually to change this thing. Go and actually do it. And I like something that the coach said this evening, that the boys are motivated to even play that game. So for me, I think that form is out of the window when it comes to Nigeria against South Africa. They will play their game, but if he if he can listen to me, he will beat South Africa easily tomorrow.
Okay.
I know you have worked on we work because let me tell you something. All these African teams, they are not unstoppable. I've watched Pirates play in the CAF Champions League very well. I've watched Sundance play in the CAF Champions League very well. I watched them play against one Congolese team that they drew 1-1. These guys are beatable. But it's just because we are not playing to our level. That's the reason why they are there. It's okay. So for me, I think form is out of the window.
Okay.
Even when it comes to Nigeria against Africa.
Let me ask you this question. Yeah, you talk about how form is out of the window, but considering the fact that even in our most recent match, we narrowly beat Rwanda. We had
Mhm.
chances that we did not take. Indeed, they had a chance. We had other opportunities that we could have scored a second or even a third goal that we did not take. Do you think that even though form should not matter,
Mm-hmm.
fans will be nervous about the fact that we seem to not be able to put the ball in the back of the net? And now we're going into a game whereby we must win. A draw is not going to be enough. South Africa is a stronger opponent than Rwanda. D- is that a cause for concern at all in your mind?
For me, I think the opportunities did not just fall to the right people, in that game. For example, now I believe that that Simon opportunity, why they use his weaker foot, left foot, is like in a more difficult angle. See, is the rush of blood. I just think that the goals will come. That is one thing I actually would know. And for them to perform against Rwanda that way, it was a controlled performance. They had the Zimbabwe game in their head. That guy. That's why they limit the free flow football, against Rwanda in that second half, just to make sure that they control that result. See, what mattered most in that result was victory. The 3 points. If we don't have the 3 points now, in fact, there's nothing even goes to South Africa. We should be go to our clubs. So for me, I think we should not judge the team based on the Rwanda game. I think they just want to get result against Rwanda and go out against Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chinwendu here says I am freaking nervous. So Chinwendu is feeling the nerves ahead of ahead of the game tomorrow. I
But
mean,
I'm also nervous too. Yeah.
a lot of people are feeling the nerves. It's again, it's now or never, it's do or die. So it's only
Mhm.
normal that a big game like this will be feeling the nerves. Let's look at the head to head between Nigeria and South Africa. I'm going to take a look at the last 10 matches. In the last 10 matches, the Super Eagles have won four. There have been five draws, and there's been one win for South Africa. The one win for South Africa came in 2017 in AFCON qualifying. I remember Pesitao scored in that game. I forget who scored the second goal. Nigeria's most recent victory over South Africa was, of course, in the AFCON semi-final in the last tournament, where it was a nail-biter, but were able to get the victory. And then the last meeting between both sides was in June 2024. Zwane scored
Uh,
it for South Africa in the first half, and then FDB Fisayo Dele Bashiru scored it, I think, in the 46th or 47th minute.
yeah.
The ended 1-1. When you look at the head-to-head, historically over the last 10 matches, Nigeria is superior. 4 wins to South Africa's 1 win. But the last game was a draw. The one before that was a
Good job.
penalty shootout victory.
Good job.
You
Yeah.
know, so do you think that this game is shaping up to be another draw, or can we believe that we have enough to just score one goal more than South Africa?
Suddenly, South Africa, they are starting to learn how to play against Nigeria. Before, when you mention South Africa, it's 4-0. It's 4-0. But, now, kudos to them. They learn how to play against North Africa. So they learn how to play against West African very well. But for me, I think, the head to head, Nigeria will have superiority rate against South Africa. But it's now closer. That is it, because they know exactly what to do, against Nigeria. Don't let them have the ball. Avoid physical contact, against them. But if they want to go, they want to wrestle with us, which I think we could probably do tomorrow, because the guys they have at the back, they are wrestlers. So I think they want to wrestle with us tomorrow. So which I think that that one might be their big downfall. So for me, I think looking at the head to head, we have the edge, but this game is different. In fact, looking at this game is the most important game in Nigeria's African history. Yes, I think so. The most important. I looked at the semi-finals against Africa in 2010. No, in 2000. Not as important as it, because going to that game, we knew that we were going to beat them. Lots of Lucas Radebe, Mark Fish, and so on. We knew that we had this edge against them. But this game, man, that's the most balanced game I've ever seen since this. Yeah, since they're going to be, this most balanced game. So for me, I think, the head to head, my favor of Nigeria, but I think this one is slightly closer. So head to head is also out of the window.
Head to head, also out of the window as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the squads. Let's look at the squads. Nigeria squad in particular. Unfortunately for us, our star player, our biggest name, Victor Osimhen, is not going to be taking part in tomorrow's match.
Mm-hmm.
After suffering an injury in the game against Rwanda, he had to
Mm-hmm.
go off in the first half of that game. How big of a miss do you think Victor Osimhen will be? Should Nigerians be concerned that Osimhen is not featuring, or do you have faith in Toluwalashe and in Cyril to step in and step up?
See, let me tell you something. Victor Osimhen absence in tomorrow's game could be a blessing in disguise. Because I can tell you that they have been preparing for Victor Osimhen. But I can tell you that one person from South Africa described that who is that 2-meter tall striker that scored in that goal? So he just moved from Belgium to England. Oh my days, it's like they are looking for Victor Osimhen, and they know that okay, what can they get Victor Osimhen? Put somebody on him, wrestle with him, do different things with him. So our game becomes unpredictable this time around now because at Mark Osimhen, I don't think they will have enough time to analyze Sugaro Kodare and also Cyril Dessers, if needs be, or maybe Crisantos Uche, if needs actually would be. But for me, I think the guys that are playing now, they will want to prove themselves, in the absence of Victor Osimhen. So for me, we might be missing Victor Osimhen. I love Victor Osimhen. We might be missing Victor Osimhen. I like to see Victor Osimhen in that game, but I can tell you that this one might even be a blessing in disguise. See, let me tell you something, AyoT. This World Cup qualifier has been like a rocky road. We went to play against Rwanda, saying that we want to revive our World Cup hopes. 30 minutes in, our star player Victor Osimhen got injured. We won 1-0. So everything is just against us. But for me, I think, when we have our back against the wall like this, it's when our team normally actually rise to the occasion. So for me, I think Victor Osimhen's absence might even be a blessing in disguise. For me, now if Tolu scores the only goal, Tolu is already saving money in the bank. Nigeria. That is it. And then nobody will come here and criticize him again. So for me, I think the other guys might actually work. I have to mention with your I fancy Tolu against Mbokazi, more than even Victor Osimhen.
Because of his aerial ability, because of his height.
Yeah, it's just because of the way Tolu plays. He can pin the boy down. The boy was this is his first season. 1.5 season. So the boy is still raw, but because the boy play against Lesotho, they're very well. They are singing praises, dancing at Willow, all over South Africa. But I saw the boy also got some weakness. The boy is meant to be in a 20 World Cup. He's by Babanji's mate.
Viral Moment here says, the last time I felt this nervous was the match in Abuja against Ghana. It is unbelievable how we missed out on that last World Cup. So that's a comment from Viral Moment. Okay, and he also says, Guy, Tolu is tall. Do you know my concern? Who will partner him with his hold-up play and cutback? So we need someone to convert it. What do you think, Smith?
Yeah, Uche. Uche will help in the midfield. Uche will partner him. Uche will bring more work. Uche can even turn it like a 4-5-1. Uche will help. For me, Uche is like a raw thing, and Uche is someone that is very unpredictable. So, and also Uche's area ability might really be handful too. Those near post flicks, these are very, very vital. If you look at the set piece of Getafe, then you normally have this near post flick, then the second ball they will pounce on it. So, I don't know, maybe I have been working, on that in training. But for me, I think I would prefer Uche to start. Uche and Arokodare to start. Arokodare, yes, but those movements from Dessers, I don't know.
It really depends on how we want to approach the game, because Arokodare is more of a hold-up striker, trying to link up. We saw even the goal that we scored against Rwanda. He held up well, linked with Bruno. Bruno cut it back for him. Shot was rebounded to Ola enough before he scrambled over the line. So Arokodare offers that ability. And I posted a video on X, on Twitter, earlier this year or sometime last year, about him and how he has worked so hard on his link-up play. Because before, even his first touch in the game against Rwanda was so clean. And I was honestly quite impressed and shocked, because I've watched him in Belgium where sometimes his first touch is not that clean. And then it takes maybe two touches to bring the ball under control. But in that Rwanda game, his first touch looks so clean. Maybe that's something that he worked on in the offseason. I don't know. But if he continues like that, that would be very good. He can hold up. And Dessers is more of that player that is going to run in behind, run into the spaces, hustle, struggle, and then his finishing. Dessers has a good finish on him. So it's two different kinds of strikers it's up to the coach to see who he prefers or what he likes. I know that in the minds of Nigerians will say Tolu because Tolu has scored 2 goals recently, and ultimately they'll say, he scored, so let him start. But I think it depends on what kind of play style that Eric Shell is going for. A lot of people have been critical of Eric Shell, and of course that first half that we played against Rwanda, the team did not look like a team in that first half, even though he figured things out for the second half. So it's me like, if you had to tell Eric Shell what
Mhm.
is best, what kind of setup should we be going for in this match?
Based on the way South Africa play, I like, see, if you look at that defense very well, if it's Kekena and Mvala, I'll be scared. But it's likely Molosane and Mbukazi. I think I don't want him to play a 3-5-2 formation, and I have my reasons. Because if they pass the ball to Ronald Williams, he can use long ball to expose our three at the back, easily. Even when Mokoena Su drop between Mbukazi and Mlosene, he can also use long ball to expose us. So for me, I will play a 4-3-3 formation, against him. But the three in the midfield will be flat three in the midfield. Will be flat three in the midfield to combat the runs of Audrey Modiba. Their left back is one of the major attacking outlets,
Yeah.
Audrey Modiba. So for me, I'll play 4-3-3. Because of the 1-1 battle with Nkota. Nkota plays in Saudi Arabia now. I think he used to play for Pirate before.
Yeah, plays for Alex now.
Yes, because of his 1-1, I will use Felix Agu instead. He's strong in 1-1, compared to Bruno Image. And in the I will maintain the other back line. I won't use William to strike on. I have my reasons for that. I
Tell us your
think
reasons.
the reason is just because that Ekong is slowing down. He's not really good on the turn again. So if you look at the game against Zimbabwe, they are becoming they're targeting him. They pull the ball over his head. The recovery is very poor. But the boy is still energetic. He's still very energetic. I would prefer Chidoja Waziam, but I think he's similar to Kevin Bassi in terms of play. Chidoja Waziam. So maybe, probably, I will use that Fredericks. I will allow not to go too much forward, just like against Zimbabwe. Allow stayed back
Against
to help
Rwanda.
the boy. Against Rwanda, sorry, to help the boy. So in the midfield, I will play. There's no way I'm not going to play Ndidi. He played one of his best game for Nigeria against Rwanda last time around, because no matter how you want to say it, and I was still going to play Franco Nega. And the reason is because of Osimhen Apollos. It might be quiet player, but it's very, very dangerous, when he gets the ball. I think the boy plays for Pirates too.
Yes,
Osimhen Apollos. So, because so that I can be able to help Ola, and drop in between, what's it called? Ola, and Benjamin Fredericks, if necessary, what be. I will ask Fabien to wrestle with Foster, all the time. So that's but this guy can sweep, can clean up Fredericks, if there's any mistake. So they will be in the middle in that midfield, and on the left midfield, I will play with Fisayo Delebashi, in that actually what left midfield. And I will now surprise you on the right midfield. I will start with Alex Iwobi. So he can call me or play on the right. Or up front, I will play with Toluwajare Kodare. Then left, I will play with Lukman. See, we can't afford to miss opportunity in this game, honestly. So for me, I think that the reason why they are playing Simon is because he can beat players easily, but the finish is not really actually what there. So I might probably start with actually what Lukman first and see exactly how the thing actually what goes.
Interesting. For me, I think I like the inclusion of Felix Agu ahead of Bruno AMH because of
Mm-hmm.
the defensive ability,
Mm-hmm.
being more secure in those 1v1 defending. Although, I've said this about Felix Agu. If he comes up against a winger that likes to dribble, sometimes he can get caught out. If a
Mm-hmm.
winger is playing against Felix Agu and just wants to run at him, Felix will handle you. He knows how to time his tackles well enough. He has the pace enough to follow and keep up with any attackers. But I've seen sometimes at club level, if he's a winger that is tricky and is turning in, turning out, let's hope that Felix doesn't get caught out in that game. But I think I would agree with you and I would play him ahead of Bruno Emechi. Even though I'll give Bruno some credit for the run that led to the goal against Rwanda, a large part of the game, his crosses were not too accurate. So Felix might be able to bring in something else. Where I would completely disagree with you is I wouldn't play Benjamin Frederick, to be honest. I would be very nervous seeing Benjamin Frederick going up against the Lau Foster or maybe even an Apolis coming towards him. That's just the honest truth. Frederick, yes, I know that I gave him praise. A lot of people gave him praise for the game that he played against Rwanda. But again, what we're praising him for is on the ball. How on the ball. We are yet to see Frederick be tested off the ball. We're yet to see Frederick when he's running with his back towards his own goal. He's running backwards. A forward is coming at him. We're yet to see him when he has to make late tackles, when he has to stop somebody, when he has to control. A Premier League striker like Lau Foster, I would honestly be shaking in my boots personally if Benjamin Frederick has played that game. And I also think that the reason why the coach benched William Troost-Ekong in the game against Rwanda was so that he was 100% for this game today. Initially when I thought about the game, when I saw the lineup for Rwanda, I didn't think about it deep enough. But then I realized that if you remember, the last time when we played against Zimbabwe and Ekong was slow and was tired, I think even the coach or himself said, like, at this stage, at this age, it's not easy for Ekong to play 2 matches in 3 days.
Yeah.
So he showed against Zimbabwe. So I think the coach realized that, okay, Rwanda, we are going to have 50-60% of the ball against Rwanda. So we don't necessarily need Ekong. We can play Benjamin Frederick, who is also better than Ekong in terms of his ball playing ability. That part worked out. But I think in this game that we expect it to be more balanced. South Africa, a team that likes to use the ball, and know how to use the ball. I personally would go with William Troost-Ekong for the leadership, for the security, for the aerial ability, and just for the you cannot buy experience in the market, for the experience. I'm not saying that Frederick, if he plays, will do bad, but I think that Ekong will be more secure and Ekong will be more up to the task. And when people talk about pace, when people talk about, he's like you mentioned, that he's not as quick on the turn anymore, I agree, but I don't think that it would matter if he uses his intelligence and his experience. Ekong has played against quick players before. Ekong has played against tricky players before. At this point, he has seen the lot. Some of the greatest center backs that we know in football, in Nigeria, we're not pacey defenders. It's all about using your intelligence and your experience to adapt to the kind of team and the kind of player that you're playing against. Calvin Bassey is going to be the sweeper. Ekong is going to be the cover. Bassey can step forward, can press, can do all those things. Ekong knows that, obviously, if I'm standing close to the halfway line and I need to run 30-40 meters back to my goal, I'm going to lose the foot race. So he needs to recognize where to be, where not to be. But Ekong, I think, can lead that defense properly. And even if the coach thinks, okay, he still needs to limit Ola Aina's involvement in the attack to still help and cover for Ekong in certain situations, then he can do that. Personally, I will be too nervous if we see a pairing of Calvin Bassey and Benjamin Frederick. I just think I'll be too nervous.
Yeah.
But
I think I agree. I agree with your points. I think you made that point about trying to use his intelligence, but and not playing against Rwanda will also recharge him. I agree.
Going to the midfield, I think I have to agree with you. Ndidi starts. People sometimes talk about Ndidi and say, "Oh, what's he doing there? Why is he blah blah blah?" But Ndidi, like you rightly mentioned, had a very very good game against Rwanda. And I've said this so many times that while I agree with people that Ndidi is slowing down, while I agree with people that Ndidi doesn't have the same energy that he had 4 years ago, we still don't have anybody that tackles and intercepts like Wilfred Ndidi. Some of the other people do it, but they don't do it at the level that Ndidi does it. You can check the numbers, you can check the footage. Ndidi is our best tackler, is our best interceptor of the ball. And in a game like this, we are going to need that skill in the middle of the park. That is just the reality. So I'm going to start Ndidi. And Onyeka, Onyedika, Uche, all these guys that are potentially, midfield options in the eyes of many, I think I would have to agree with you. Even though against Rwanda, Onyeka's inclusion in that midfield was not very useful.
Yeah.
for a game like South Africa, I would still play Onyeka. I don't want to say let's play just Ndidi as the holding midfielder and then play two more attackers in front of him. I think that we are going to potentially open ourselves to counter attacks. People passing the ball around Ndidi, and in situations like that, Ndidi can now look bad if he doesn't have any cover and he doesn't have people that are supporting him in that role, and then people will ask him how was Ndidi doing. So I would play Onyeka. Onyeka still has the option, the ability to kind of play box to box if he has the opportunity to get forward. Yes, I know he's not going to score a goal. Maybe he would, but you're not expecting Onyeka to score a goal. Yeah, but he still has the ability to push the ball forward, and he can provide another option in the midfield for Wilfred Ndidi, so that Ndidi doesn't get isolated against 2 or 3 different South African players, and then they can just run around him, and you're like, what on earth is going on? So against Rwanda, we had all the ball. It did not necessarily benefit us to keep Onyeka on the field, but against South Africa, I think South Africa would have just as much possession as we would have for the most part. So I would play Onyeka. And you mentioned, I think you said Fisayo Dele Bashiru as the third midfielder. I think for me, I think the coach is probably going to play Alex Iwobi, to be honest. As the third midfielder. We see it that Eric Shaw likes using Iwobi as the deep line playmaker, the guy that comes deep to collect the ball and tries to move it forward and tries to advance with the team and try to create opportunities. Even though sometimes I feel like they make him come too deep to receive the ball. It's one thing if he has to drop towards the halfway line to receive the ball, but you see, like even in the game against Rwanda, sometimes Iwobi is pretty much coming to stand beside Calvin Bassey to collect the ball, and then now he has to run with the ball forward, or sometimes he tries to play a long forward pass, and it doesn't quite have the impact that we want it to have. But I think that Iwobi is more than likely going to be our third midfielder for the game. And then I think I'm going to also go with a 4-3-3, like you said. The forwards now, Ademola Lookman, if he started the game against Rwanda, he has to start the game against South Africa. I said I would have benched him for Rwanda and started him in this game. But Ademola Lookman, I'm expecting Lookman to start probably on the left. On the right side, there's the option for Moses Simon, there's the option for Samuel Chukwueze. I'm going to give the nod to personally, I'll say personally, I think I would start Samuel Chukwueze, but I think the coach would start Moses Simon. I think Eric Shaw has this faith and this confidence in Moses Simon and Simon's ability to take on players and to beat players, even though some or many of the times, it doesn't quite get past the player. But I think that it can also be a potential opportunity going up against a team like South Africa that will not pack the bus against us. I'm not expecting them to pack the bus against us. I think that he might have moments where he has enough time and space to really run at Modiba, who is probably going to be their left back. And Simon, on his day, Simon is a dangerous winger in terms of taking 1v1 against his man. But I think that even if Chukwueze starts that game, on Chukwueze's day, Chukwueze is also very good in these 1v1 situations. It's just that Chukwueze hasn't played a game this season. He didn't play in the game against Rwanda. So I think it is unlikely that Chukwueze just comes into the starting 11 for this match. Probably in the second half, if we need him to come and add a little bit of his bites into the game, I think the coach might bring him on. So I'll go with Moses Simon. And for me, what I've been struggling with has been my choice of number 9. But I think considering the fact that I'm looking at 2 wingers in Lookman and Simon that can both cut in, that can both run past their fullbacks, I think I would go with Oluwaseyi Arokodare as my number 9. Because if Arokodare can continue his holding up of the ball and he's linking up with his players, if he can do that very well, I think even if he does not score, potential to really leave his mark and make an impact in this game. Just creating opportunities for Simon, creating opportunities for Lookman, or even for Iwobi or whoever is playing as the third attacking option in the midfield. I think that he has that potential to really be impactful in the game like that. Of course, goalkeeper is going to be Stanley Nwabali, but I hope that Nwabali can control himself, doesn't allow the South African crowd to get into his head, doesn't allow himself to get too carried away or too excited by whatever is happening in that game, because any small mistake now, things might be against us. We don't want him to consider any unnecessary chance, any unnecessary card, things like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, if he gets another yellow card, is he suspended for the next?
Yes, for the next 2.
So is there something else to be aware of The yellow card against Rwanda was unnecessary. He should not do any of those. Oh, you want to run out, yeah, punching or slapping somebody on your way to run out and throw the ball. All those things, just leave them alone. But I think that with this, we might be able to do well. I want to ask you about the South Africa squad. But before we get into it, let me quickly take some comments that we have. Real K is asking you this question. He says, "Why not Awaziem? Is Benjamin better?" Because I think you had mentioned Benjamin.
Mm-hmm. No, because Benjamin and Awaziem, they are like the liberal. So no, sorry, Awaziem and Basi, they're like the liberal. So they are like similar. So that's the reason why they actually they are picking. Basi is go behind of Awaziem, 100%. So he's competing with Basi, not with Benjamin Fredericks here.
Okay. Viral Moment says, if not that Onyeka isn't that strong as Onyeka in covering ground, I would prefer him instead because he's the closest to linking up play with the attack and it will be stress. So that's
I also agree with that, but I just think that Onyeka, I don't know whether we can say he's changing roles or he's slowing down, because when he was in Midland, he used to run back and forth. I don't know what happened that he's jogging like his friend in Germany. So I don't want that.
Okay. Viral Moment also is saying he's disagreeing with me. He says Simon should come from the bench. I beg. I know why I'm saying it. He can bring energy to run down the flanks.
Yes, I remember when they finally benched Simon against Ghana, and that's when we did not win. So, so for me, I think he likes Simon. See, let me tell you something. Simon just needs to do the right thing at the right time. But I've been saying this for the past 6 years and 7 years, and still, it's not doing the right thing at the right time. So, but I think Simon should fancy himself against Zuko Mudiyewa. Honestly, for me, I think Zuko Mudiyewa will go be the right back. He's the second or even third choice to Koliso Mudau, in that Sundance team. So for me, that is the area which target.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Adiola says, I'm tired of Moses Simon. He will lose the ball. Eric Shaw's relationship with Simon is almost like Ateta and Martinelli.
Yes. See, Simon is someone that understands him more than anybody, in that team. If the English is trying to change to French, Simon will understand, and he will tell the boys. It's like he's coach on the pitch. So it's like the coach on the pitch. So for me, I just think that how will I say, who is gonna trust some too? Like
Simon can address.
it's also Simon. It's also Simon. So Simon is always on the good books of Nigerian coaches. So
Simon is the teacher's pet. Is the one that knows.
it's teacher's pet.
It was Genadra's favorite as well.
Even Pacero will still play Simon. Everybody will play Simon.
Okay. South Africa. What kind of setup are we expecting from South Africa?
It's 4-3-3. It will not change from 4-3-3. It's going to be similar to the team that played against Lesotho. And let's be honest ourselves, the team that played against Nigeria in Uyo, about 3 of them will play tomorrow. Like we start tomorrow. So for example, now the goalkeeper is still there. In that back line, only Modiba will start. Even if you look at Sundance team, Modiba, I won't say is the first choice in Sundance. Lunga, the Zimbabwean left back, is the first choice. When they want to play against a team that they need somebody strong at the back, they use Lunga. But if you want to play against a team that they can attack very well, they use Modiba. So I think Modiba is the only surviving member in that back line. There's no Kekena, there's no Umbala. There. Their right back tomorrow will be Zuko Mudinwaya. He came in for Mobi that got injured early and left the camp against Lesotho. So in the midfield, the one that played against Nigeria was Sitole, Mokwena, and Temba Zwane. Remember, Zwane is not available. Sitole is not available. So now it's going to be
available now.
Sitole is not available, but it's going to be Mokwena, Mbata, Umbule. But I'm hearing that Mbole might not be playing. Maybe they're going to use Shabalala, Shabulilia, Oibas. I don't know. who they want to actually want to use in that midfield. So up front, this guy, Rele Mofokeng, has not been on form for Pirates for a very long time. So, and I think that maybe the transfer rumor of the pitch has been affecting him. He's a very, very good player. So, just 20 years of age. So, I think the coach will start with also in Apollos, Foster up front, and Nkota actually what play.
Okay. Somebody
Yes.
say they play 4-2-3-1, not 4-3-3. 4-2-3-1 and 4-3-3.
And 4-2-3-1. But
So
somebody is saying that until the coach, I'm talking about the present. Sorry, he said it's wrong until the new coach. I'm talking about the current coach of Sundance has been playing Lunga.
But yeah, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, they are variations of
Yes,
each other.
there
So
are variations.
it's
Yeah,
just how high the person comes.
they call Mbule the chef because the way he dictates the pace and distributes the ball very well. But for me, I think this midfield, one thing that makes me happy is that there's no Temba Zwane. Oh my days, he knows Nigeria. He scored against us in 2018. He scored against us in Rio. The guy, and there's no Pesita. People don't like Pesita in South Africa. Oh, he's waits for and everything. But against Nigeria, if they ask Pesita to play against Nigeria every day, it's a threat. It's a threat. So, and this guy too, Koliso Mudau, is very good with 1v1. He's very good with 1v1. Is very good with 1v1. That Koliso Mudau. So I'm happy that it's Zuka Mudinjawa that will be playing. And the coach might likely tell him to and there's no chemistry. That's another thing. There's no really big chemistry between Nkota and Zuko. So that their right side might be dead against Nigeria.
Okay. I want to ask you about a particular South African player, but before I do, I just want to say anybody that's still watching us on X, that's still watching us on Facebook, that's still watching us on Instagram, I've given you guys more than enough time to join the show on YouTube. The stream is going to end on other platforms right now. So if you're on Instagram, make sure you switch over to YouTube now. If you're on X, if you're on Facebook, switch over to YouTube right now. Your stream is going to end in 30 seconds. I've given you guys more than enough time to join us. Thank you very much. And of course, if you are here on YouTube with us, I appreciate you. Please, as you join, make sure you hit the like button. We still have only about 25% of people that are watching that have liked the video. So guys, please take 1 minute right now to just hit the like button. It costs you absolutely nothing. It does a world of good. It helps the channel to grow. It helps to send a signal about the content that we create. I really appreciate if you guys can just do me that favor. Hit the like button. Please, please, please hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe so that you enjoy our live streams, you enjoy our content, interviews, and so much more. We are live every single week and we have so much content in between the live shows. So please like the video, subscribe, and share so that other people can join and enjoy in the fun. Okay, let us get into it. Let's get into it. South Africa, when I look at their players, I look at Lau Foster, their striker.
Sorry. Let me just answer this question. No, it's not so. Ovi, the 2019 AFCON 2-1 that Nigeria lost, and won that game. It was Temba Zwane that equalized. Sorry, just because some of you is like the coffee you are drinking. I don't know. Continue.
I want to ask you about Lau Foster. In his last 6 matches for South Africa, he has 4 goals and 1 assist. He's been in very good form for his country. Is he someone that the Super Eagles should be wary of? Should we be worried? Or what do you think we can do to tame him, to control him so that he doesn't have an impact against us?
I prefer to play against Lau Foster than to play against Rainer, Ikram Rainer of Sundance. Ikram Rainer of Sundance is a press master. He can't stop running. He's a press master. He cannot stop running. For example, now Foster is a typical striker that Kavimasi plays against every week. He's European player. He plays every week. But that Reina, if Reina is the one starting, I'll have problems. Because he will not give us any space on the ball. He will keep on running behind. He's full of energy. I know he's not a young guy, but he's full of energy all the time. So for me, I would prefer to play against Foster, and I think that Kavimasi will do a very good job on him. See, I watched Foster play against play for Burnley. He's the son of what's it called? Scott Parker. Always take him and he's the son of Scott Parker. So he likes him very well, and he's been getting. He's called in Old Trafford now. Anybody can score in Old Trafford actually.
Yeah, he did.
Even Cavazzi has scored in Old Trafford. Cavazzi can score in Old Trafford. So anybody can score against Man U. But I appreciate Foster. This is the first time that South Africa will be having a player playing that level. Apart from when they used to have Sean Bartlett, Benny McCarthy, but he's now so making name for himself now in the EPL. But I don't think we'll have problem against Foster. And against Foster. If we can block Osimhen, Apollos, and Nkota, I don't think Foster will function very well. Foster is like the odd one out in that front line, which I think that we're confident. But Reina is
What if Foster decides, because you mentioned how Calvin Bassey, what if he decides that okay, the other centre back, whether it be William Trustekong or it be Benjamin Frederick, that's where he's going to try to take advantage of running behind, going blindside. He cannot, Calvin Bassey cannot always follow him across to the other side. Do you think that there's any potential for him to take advantage of our second centre back, who is not as quick, not as good as Calvin Bassey?
Foster is not as quick as this thing. Let me tell you something. It's just for you to wrestle with them.
No, he's not. So here's the thing. He's not as quick, but I think that when it comes to these battles, strikers have an advantage because one,
Yes.
the striker is running at or towards the goal, and then the defender is the one that is backing up and is trying to keep track of where the striker is.
Yeah.
So you can be here 1 second. If you just look, the player is already at the other side. So that's what I'm saying. With those run in behinds, those getting on the blind side is where can he take advantage?
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to explain, and I just think that they've analyzed him very well with good instruction. I think they will be able to undo it. I don't think it's very difficult, but where it can be difficult is that it drops and join the midfield. So when it drops and join the midfield, Nkota and Osimhen Apollos will spread out. So when they spread out, that is where the problem lies. So to throw the ball to either of those guys, then this guy arrives late in the box. So he has this ability to drag defenders that is marking him out. Even that day, I hope that Calvin Bassey is not the person that will be marking him directly. Because I would not like Calvin Bassey to be coming to be dragging to the midfield. I believe that if he's coming, I think just hand over him to Onyeka. Just follow him. You guys don't really drag him because he likes to do that. Though we know that his little team does not have sense, but Foster was too intelligent for us that day. So for me, I think we're going to do with Foster.
Okay. So who would you say are the key players that we need to be aware of on the South African side?
Teboho Mokoena and Roy Williams. No, unfortunately, I said I was mentioning the goalkeeper. It's because of his ball playing ability. Let me tell you something. If you mark them, they will pass to him. He will play the long ball. That is one thing. So if you must organize your press very well. If you don't want him to have time on the ball, I'm talking about the goalkeeper. And also Teboho Mokoena too, which you look for a way to follow him. Nobody in that team. I know that Reina is not in this team. No, it's not. There's one boy that is. There's one boy that plays for Sundance. I'm just trying to remember his name now. Sorry, he's not in this team. Because he's not in this team, I'm really happy that he's not there. Because that boy too, he scored against Lesotho. No, against Lesotho, and he scored against Benin Republic. So we try to remember his name. Is
you mean in the previous games, not in this last game?
In their previous games in match window.
Are you talking about
second goal against Benin Republic and second goal against Lesotho?
Jaden Adams?
Adams, yes. Jaden Adams. He's very, very intelligent player. He's not in this team. So that's one good thing, because it's this upcoming player that, he's a very good player. I'm happy that he's not actually working in this team. So for me, I think the what's it called? This team, if we can stop Mokoena, we'll stop them.
If we can stop Mokoena, we'll stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if South Africa were going to take advantage of anything, I'm assuming that Hugo Broos is not watching us right now. But
Mhm.
what do you think South Africa can do to take advantage of the Super Eagles?
If they're going to take advantage of it, is that they will press Stanley Babali and he
Is
will play the ball to the throw. And if the team will worry him against Rwanda, never worry him, finish. They will win the ball away from him and they will score. They will win the ball away from him. They will score. They will press Ndidi. They will press with Ndidi. So is that press, in that midfield that they will capitalize on. They would like to win the ball early. So it's like they would like to win the ball early and attack us. See, they always try to outnumber defenders. That is one thing they like to do. So when they win the ball early, they outnumber you. If they win the ball early, they play 4-4 with you. So you get confused. So I think the area they could exploit is to press our players, early. That's actually what one of the things they actually want to do. We don't have some players gifted, and we don't have the Mikel Obi that can undo and you can never take the ball away from him. We don't have those type of players now. So if they press those guys early, we can actually be in trouble. They are midfield. And I think that's what they will do. There's no secret about that. AyoT. They will do that.
Okay. Very well said. Very well said. I can see there's a number of South Africans in our comments.
Mhm.
You guys are welcome. Thank you for joining the preview. I'm sure that the South Africans will be just as nervous as the Nigerians are, even if they want to pretend like they aren't.
Mhm.
I have a comment from Real K. He says, "Let us go all attacking 4-3-3. It is a must win. Nwabali, Aino, Ekong, Basi, Ago, Ndidi, Fikayo, Uche, Iwobi, Tolu, Lukman." Would you go with both Fikayo and Chrisandos Uche together from the start?
No. I will start Fisardile Bashiru. Because Bashiru, South Africa doesn't like players that can run after them. That can run intelligently after them, that can drive the ball after them. They don't actually really like that player, and Bashiru can do that very well. So for me, I think Bashiru have their number. Don't forget that they injured him in Uyo. So Bashiru got their number already. For me, I think that this one could be Bashiru's game. Honestly, I think they start with born tomorrow.
Okay. What would you say is a very important 1v1 matchup, that we're potentially going to see tomorrow? Are we looking at maybe Modiba against who? Olaino, or against or Chukwueze, or against Moses Simon? Are we looking at Tolu against, Ronwen Williams? What do you think is a key matchup that we really need to pay attention to in tomorrow's game that can win or lose the game?
Umbokazi to the
Hmm.
If you have watched Umbokazi very well, he struggle against physical strikers. Go and watch him against Pyramid of Egypt. They have this boy called Mayele that play for Pyramid. I think the boy is from Congo. He treated him like a kid.
Hmm.
It's okay. So if Tolu could analyze him very well too, I think he's gonna trouble Mbukazi. And that player, and also I don't know, maybe he's gonna use two left-footed player because two of them are left-footed against Lesotho. I don't think he will try that one against Nigeria. And that matchup, I think, can actually be decisive. Is actually what I think. Mayono or Zuko against Lukman, because they're the one that I think Lukman will send him to go and buy Gary if on that right wing. So and Mokwena against Frank Onyeka. I think that's Goma and that keeper in the midfield.
Okay. I mean, Umbokazi is a very interesting one. The reality of it is that, when it comes to the size differential, Tolu Arokodare is going to have considerable size differential
Mm-hmm.
with a player like Umbokazi. So if he can use that to his advantage, I think it can be beneficial for us.
Mm-hmm.
The South African here is saying Ngazena will start in the game.
Mm-hmm. We see.
Okay. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. So I mean, we've covered most of the important things. We've looked at the squads of both teams. We've talked about key matchups. We've talked about the areas that the game can be won or lost. I'll ask you this, Smith Layi. Let's look at game scenarios. Say the game starts, South Africa take the lead
Mm-hmm.
by 15th minutes, for
Mm-hmm.
example.
Mm-hmm.
what do you think the boys should do? Considering how you said you should set up a 4-3-3, two holding midfielders.
Mhm.
If South Africa take the lead, do you think that system would still be enough for us to go and overturn and score 2 goals without considering more?
When they let them take the league, don't panic.
Hmm.
Don't panic. You didn't ask me questions that where that is Nigeria will exploit.
Okay, tell us. Tell us.
Set pieces. That's why they might probably bring Oibas to that team. Set pieces. Set pieces. Set pieces is going to be very key for Nigeria. Set pieces is going to be very key for Nigeria. That's why I think if you have Tolu and Ekong with Basi attacking the set pieces, against Africa, if you plan it well, you will hurt them. So we should look for a way to win free kick close to the area. If we have those people attacking, so go and watch their Captain First League. Go and watch anything. Anything has to do with set pieces. No. See, maybe you should go and collect Ateta for Goma. The Goma airport. But for me, I think set pieces is one of the things that if Eric worked really well on that, they will struggle on that.
And I think, to be fair, I will give Eric Shell and his team some credit. Our set pieces have looked better under him than they looked in the previous, coaches that under the previous coaches that we've had. We've created some chances from set pieces in a few games that Eric Shell has taken charge of. So it is something, and I know that's always been the thing that Nigerians have looked at as the most obvious advantage that we have against South Africa. People always say, "Oh, take advantage of the height difference, take advantage of set pieces." Simon, Lookman, they just have to be on the ball with their deliveries. Those are our two set takers, for the most part. So they just have to be very, very on the ball. Arokodare, if you're heading, time your jumps right, time your head. We have to take advantage of it. So I agree. Is there any other thing that you think we can take advantage of?
You mentioned about set pieces, and I think that the judge to try to use that. But I was surprised that a short player was jumping more than Prono Noaju. Yes, in their box. So apart from our height, we also have the jumping power. Very important. So set pieces, I think, will be very, and we should also fancy 1v1. Nkota doesn't really come back, to help, and with Austin Apollos to help their fullback that much. So for me, I think those turnovers are going to be very important. So I fancy Chukwueze against Audrey Modiba. I fancy Chukwueze. And I don't know who they want to bring at the right back because there's no Koliso Mudao there.
Yeah.
Koliso Mudao is a very good player. I don't know why he stopped training with Sundance. It was just like maybe that devil's hand. If Mudao is fast playing, Mudao would have been very dangerous. In fact, the only player they did not even miss now is for Mokwena and Williams to get injured. Then that's all. But I think any right back they'll be bringing, I would fancy our left winger. So we should create 1v1 situation against them. I think that we're going to trouble them. And the 1-2 at the edge of the area too, very important. Unfortunately, there's no Alassane Yusuf that can do that 1-2 in this team. So yeah. For me, I think those 1v1, we should take advantage of that. Yeah.
Okay. As the table is right now, South Africa top the table with 16 points from 7 matches. Nigeria is currently third with 10 points from 7 games. What is the implication of this match on the table? In your opinion, Smith, how does this match set up the table for potential qualification for the World Cup or not?
See, this game is, I've been hearing about. I'm just going to say something about point deduction quickly. And my friends are texting me that, my friends are good. He said that a point is going to come off. FIFA respond to SAFA and federation, this thing. Let me tell you something. The rule is 0. And talking about the 223 adjustment, so that FIFA now have the power to investigate a game that is no more than 2 years old, and it's not like see if they are done with the World Cup qualifier. They can investigate it. So that is, they made that adjustment about 2 years ago, 2023, that they have the power to investigate it. So that one is done. So they want to get the point of this.
You know what I think? I think this point deduction thing, I think South Africans are just trying to cope.
Yeah, they're trying to cope.
They know that the deduction is coming,
Yeah.
but they're just trying to mentally psych themselves up, saying that it will not be deducted.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it's the only thing is that they've not done it yet. But we all know this, that sooner or later, those 2 points are coming off. But like continue, what's the impression of the crowd?
Yeah. So currently now, South Africa is on +8 goals difference. So in the criteria for qualifying for the World Cup, if 2 teams are tied on points, it used to be dreaded head-to-head before, but now it's now goals difference. After goals difference, it's now goal for.
Goal scored, yeah.
Then go against. Then you now go for head-to-head between the 2 teams. Then you can't go down. An issue. But I don't think it's going to get to that place. Currently, South Africa have +8. Currently, if they like, they should take it or leave it. They will first cancel the results against Lesotho in Polokwane. They will cancel it. So, and when they cancel it, that they're going to be on what? On +6 goals difference.
+6 or +5.
I know that they are on 8 now. No, yes. not the result this time around. The result before, it was 2-0 victory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they will cancel the results. So after that, they will now award 3 points. Even if the situation is talking, they don't want to collect 3 points. They will have to award it to Lesotho. 3 points and 3 goals to Lesotho. So that would be what? 6 minus 3. That's going to be +3. So that goals difference will now be what? Will now be +3.
+3 and 13 points.
And 13 points. Currently now, Nigeria is on 10 points with +2 goals difference. If Nigeria win by any means tomorrow, Nigeria will be on +3, South Africa will be on +2. So, but it doesn't finish there. If Benin Republic beat Lesotho in Ivory Coast tomorrow, they will now be on 14 points. So our new leader will be Benin Republic in that group. So it's going to be what? 14, 13, 13. So Nigeria will go and play against Lesotho in South Africa the next game. And what's it called? Zimbabwe will play against South Africa in Rwanda. But then the Republic will play against Rwanda too in Rwanda. That's the game. So it's fight to finish.
And we will also play against Benin.
Yes, what finally is going to be. But no, Benin said something. So that the game between Nigeria and Benin Republic will determine who qualify for the World Cup. That's what he said. He said it since he said when Nigeria lost 2-1, he said the game between Nigeria and Benin Republic will now determine who will qualify for the World Cup. He said the return leg. So the NFF have sent something to FIFA about that point deduction, but I will not say what actually was said. So they have sent a reminder to them.
Hugo Bruce, the coach of South Africa, keeps on telling us to mind our business.
No, the issue. If there is any window for them to not take this point, they will not take it. But it's because Lesotho does not want to take it. They don't want to protest because Lesotho is like South Africa. It's like Nigeria play against Benue State. So it's so what do you want? If Nigeria play versus Benue State, Benue will not go and play. It is a lie.
But the rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules. See, let me tell you something. It's just like God just want to punish them. Honestly, I just see that as it's like just God just want to deal with some people there. Because not only Eswatini, they didn't put in South Africa's group in this World Cup qualifier. So say they put Eswatini in their group, then it will be complete. So the 6 points from Lesotho and Eswatini belongs to South Africa. So for me, I just think that this Osafa project let's all settle it on the pitch. Let's settle this on the pitch. So it's going to be a very nail-biting game. And let me tell you something. Even if it ends in a draw tomorrow, that's not the end of the day. There's still more to come.
Okay, I was going to ask you that. So assuming we don't win tomorrow, say we draw or we lose, is that the end of our World Cup qualification?
No, far from the end. Far from the end. See, and what even make it even more interesting is if I don't know if you can remind me the group of Morocco
in the qualifiers.
World Cup qualifier, yes.
Morocco is with Tanzania, Zambia, Nigeria.
Which group? Group what?
Group E.
Group E. In Group E, before the start of the qualifiers, Eritrea wrote a letter to FIFA and CAF that they will not be participating because their players will jackpot from the because their players will jackpot from that team. So in that Group E, there's only 5 teams there.
Yes.
And this is that we have to play. The best user will come. That means that Tanzania is currently on 10 points in that group.
Yeah.
They don't have the complement. They don't have the full complement of their games because Eritrea will do. So because of that, all the second place team in each group, from Group A to Group 1 to 9, they will take the results of the last team, the whipping boys, from their results before they check the best placed teams. So when you see Burkina Faso having 14 points already, 14 points already, they're already there, 14 points already. Reality, they're on 6 because they beat Djibouti twice. I think they beat Djibouti 4-1 and 6-0. So they take those 6 points for Nigeria now. If suddenly Zimbabwe finish last, the 1 point we got against Zimbabwe, they will take it from our points.
To calculate for the second
best place team. Yes. Only the second though, not the first two. Only the second though, not the first two. That is it. So when you see Gabon, hey, Gabon is on 18 points, Ivory Coast 19 points. Gabon already played against Seychelles, I think twice. They will take 6 points from Gabon. Gabon will have 12.
Madagascar is also on 16 points.
16 points. Madagascar has been beating.
They beat Chad.
Chad is the whipping boys in the team. They'll be on time. So if you look at it very well now, everybody will know their level very soon. That's why I said that if Nigeria could get results tomorrow, if Nigeria could beat Lesotho, and we hope that Lesotho did not finish last, because the way they are going, they finish last. I'm talking about Lesotho. The way they are playing, they might finish last too. Because if we suddenly play against, we suddenly become second in the group, and have to calculate the best of place team, and suddenly Lesotho now is not out of the picture. Maybe probably they finish last. So if you go and beat them in South Africa, they will take 4 points from our points. Because we drew and them here, we won in South Africa. So there's a lot of things actually what happening. In South Africa too, I think that they might probably be the winner of South Africa. I think they might probably be the winner of. And Lesotho finish last. Those Lesotho or Zimbabwe finish last. Those 3-1 they won in Bloemfontein initially, they will take it away from their result. So a lot of things to still play for in this qualifier. But I don't want the playoff. Because that playoff will be brutal. One of Senegal and Congo will be there. It will be brutal. And they're going to play it in November.
There's so many permutations and combinations for the possibilities of this our group and of this World qualifiers in general. Okay, how about if we lose tomorrow against South Africa? Is that the end?
Hope is not lost too.
I mean, mathematically, if there's still a chance.
If we lose against South Africa tomorrow, on paper South Africa will go on 9 points, but in reality it's going to be like 6 point gap, because of that point.
Because of the 3.
But if we lose tomorrow, we can still qualify. But for me, I think there's no point going to the World Cup.
If we cannot beat these teams in our group.
Because currently now, head to head, we can't beat Zimbabwe. We beat Rwanda head to head. See, you must be able to beat majority of the teams in that group head to head before you can say that. We must beat Benin Republic. people can say that you go to the World Cup. That means that World Cup is not for lazy people. So if we cannot get at least a draw tomorrow against South Africa, at least a draw tomorrow,
we don't even deserve.
At least if they lose tomorrow, you just should be going home.
They should just be
going restart.
Because to be honest, like the results that we've had in this group so far have been very
poor.
We should not be in this position that we are in right now. We should definitely not be in this position. And we look at ourselves with all our superstars, with all our players, half of the team playing in the Premier League, and we still cannot get positive results against these countries. But it's going to be a very, very interesting game tomorrow. I'm sure there's going to be nerves, there's going to be tension, there's going to be excitement. But like, we've reached the point where we have to predict. How are you? What's your head telling you? What is your prediction for the game tomorrow?
For me, I don't want to be saying this thing all year long, and now come to the moment when you're going to ask me to predict, and I will now say that Nigeria will not be able to win that game. I think that there is something written in the stars for these boys. This current generation, they have never done things in a straightforward way before. It's always through the hard way. I think there's something just written for them in the stars. I think tomorrow we might probably see a new star emerge in Nigerian football. I think where they put eye, South Africa, roads not there. I think they might even fight after the game tomorrow, South Africa. So the way I'm looking at it, I see Nigeria winning. I don't want to be predicting for the past 6 months. I think Nigeria will beat them, and I'm not seeing Akoma, because I also looking at the issue of like the referee coming into play too. But to do your job, win the game, I think it was probably going to be between 2 or 3 nil.
2 or 3 nil. So you don't see South Africa scoring tomorrow?
No, I won't get red card.
Okay.
No, I won't get red card. But I just think that I just see that there's something written in the stats for them. And that's why I just say,
Bonjour says, Smith Layi, your dark shade for me to believe that we can win tomorrow.
Which dark shade? Sorry, don't be.
Let's look into your eyes. Let's see that you mean what you're saying.
No, I don't know what I'm saying. No. I'm just when I ask you about your head now and your listening, it was your head that was right against Rwanda. AyoT, it's not your heart. Your heart was saying during you, but your head, when your head now talks, it's gonna be a nervy. And that was what happened. That was what happened. But okay, you two now. I'm gonna actually ask you now. What is your head telling you? What is your heart telling you? I think I didn't say. I think let me say my own. I think my heart is telling me that Nigeria will win. My head is telling me that Nigeria will win. I just think that there's something unusual about this group that is about to really unfold tomorrow. I just think that maybe it's a feeling, but let's just see. What about you two? What's your head telling you?
Honestly, my head and my heart are in alignment in terms of the final outcome. I think Nigeria will win. And my head tells me Nigeria will win, my heart tells me Nigeria will win. However, both my head and my heart tell me that it is going to be a tight affair. I think that Nigeria will come into that game tomorrow not wanting to force the issue because they don't want to make mistakes. So the game for the first 15 minutes, I anticipate it being a very cagey affair where teams are playing a very tactical battle. Nobody wants to give up something to the opponent, just trying to make sure that they do things well. I am going to say I see a 2-1 victory for Nigeria. I think we'll score first. South Africa will equalize.
Okay.
And then in the second half, maybe like 70 something, we might score a second goal. And then we'll now be under pressure for the last 15 minutes of the match,
Uh-huh.
our defense will hold up.
Yeah. And when you're just saying 2-1, that one, I think to add to your prediction, my prediction is like 2 or 3 nil, but I think it's going to be 2-0 first before the one. That's why I think it's going to be 2-0 before they call the one. When they got the one, they change the three back system and we basically just lock up shop. There's going to be a nervy affair, guys. So you know, just pray for the team. That's it.
Oh, okay, okay. Man, all that we can do now is wait for tomorrow,
But
5
let me say something
5 p.m.
before
Nigeria.
we call people. If Nigeria beats Africa tomorrow in Bloemfontein, go and book your hotel ticket and your flight tickets to America.
Hmm. If Nigeria should win, then just start booking
Yes,
your trip
go
to
and
the
just
US.
start booking your tickets. That means that it's complete.
Okay, okay. Okay, it's time for us to get people to share their thoughts. Guys, please, 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 everybody gets a maximum of 4 minutes. I know that you might have a lot to say, but so that we can run to as many people as possible and so that we don't spend the next few hours here. If you want to share your thoughts, I would like to get some South Africans. You guys have been in the comments. I would like to see you guys join us. Come and talk to us. Tell us how you're feeling
They don't
about
have flights. They cannot join.
it. Tell us how you are feeling about the game. Let's hear your thoughts. Just make sure that you are fully clothed because we don't want to see your body. Make sure you are fully clothed. Make sure you have your camera on, and you have enough lights that we can see you. But I would love to get a South African's opinion, a South African's point of view on this match. Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling confident? Let's see how many people want to call in. So please, please, please send your request now. If you still haven't liked the video, guys, what are you still waiting for? Like this video. It costs you nothing. It's absolutely free. I promise. If you like the video, they're not going to remove it from your account. So please hit the like button now. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And there is still time for you to leave a super chat to support the channel, support the content. So please leave your super chats with your comments. If you want us to put it on the screen, just like viral moment here is saying 3-0 or 3-1 if that penalty or own goal happens, as I see. So Viral Moment is predicting a big victory for the Super Eagles. It says 3-0 or 3-1. I hope so. Even though I'm saying 2-1, it would be nice for us to just go there and just flop them, and I'll just be laughing and smiling. And after the game, I'll come on live. We'll be singing, we'll be dancing, and everybody will be happy. But yes, let me bring up people to talk. So guys, please let's just try to keep as concise as possible. 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes if I'm stretching it for anybody. But please let's try not to take too long. Monachi, welcome.
I'm on already. Hi, Uncle Smith Layi has just been cracking me up. He's really bullish ahead. He's bullish. Mr. AY, I've not seen you. You are reserved. You are just calm. But Smith Layi has been the one at the forefront of the battle. But it's fine.
I mean, like,
It's fine.
Smilaye has been confident about us qualifying for the World Cup since. So he
Oh,
has that confidence. So I'm on the fence.
at the edge. Just like I noted in my super chat, I'm freaking nervous. Anyways, I'm nervous because Osimhen is not there. And again, I'm nervous because of the kind of terrain. They are going to create a very hostile terrain tomorrow. The group standings does not even help us at all. So we are kind of under pressure. And again, what doesn't really help is that in the last 3, 4 years, it's been low scoring trends 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, and all that. So what I think we need to do is just kind of reconfigure our attack since there's no Osimhen now. Reconfigure our attack around Cyril Desas. I don't know what they've been doing in training, but Cyril Desas and Tolu, since Tolu is there, and hence this is where Lookman and Simon. I think one of you said their delivery has to be apt tomorrow. You know, then we also need to dominate the midfield. We also need to dominate the midfield and try to retain possession because it's key. It's key against the South Africans. If we can also remain very compact and organized, which I doubt, but if we can, it kind of limits playing that high line defense that Chelsea sometimes plays. I don't know if I'm right, but he sometimes plays that high line thing. And the next thing, Rowan Williams throws the ball, and they start this their transitional play. Then we also need, just like Uncle Smith said, he said we need to exploit set pieces. So we need to exploit set pieces and also try and act on transitional play. If we are attacking, let's attack it. If we can force an early goal, please let's do it so that it can ease the nerves of people that are watching at home. Then there's also time for game management. If we can manage the game, that's maybe we are winning. And just like you said, I don't know, but that your stuff sounded like you were in a dream where you saw it, where the last 15 minutes they were pressurizing us. If we can manage it, then I think Nigeria would be victorious. I'm predicting a 2-1 win too. I have to be truthful. I'm not really feeling entirely confident because these guys, if you can also do the same thing that Maresca did to what's his name, to Luis Enrique, beat them at their own game. If there's something like that, I don't know if it happens in the African terrain, but if there's something like that, because these guys, they already know that we're going to they know that we're going to come out and press, so they might try to surprise us at our own games by defending, which I know they don't usually defend. They don't usually sit back. They usually come out. But I think tomorrow is not a pressure game for them. It's for us. So they might try to, beat us on our own game. That's what I feel. But anyways, I'm predicting a 2-1 win. Anyways, 2-1 win.
Thank you very much, Munachi, man. I appreciate you for
All
joining
right, then.
us.
Yeah.
All right. So Munachi says it 2-1
So,
win.
IoT, can I just explain some few things about people because
Yeah,
this
quickly.
conversation I think I know.
Yeah, we
See,
have to do it.
when is if when you go and play a game and probably they threw stone at you, the item it was not played, all those minor things, you must protest 24 hours or after the game. But if it's fraud, you IoT as a whistleblower, it's a platform of FIFA. As a whistleblower, you can go and report it.
Hmm.
And FIFA have the right to investigate it if the game is not 2 years old. The reason why he said 24 hours, you know the reason why? Is because competition. If you are playing today and you go play in 3 days, quarterfinal is going to be in 3 days. You just play
They
second
need to be
round
able
now.
to make a
You
quick
have to be
decision.
able to manage it. It's
Oh.
not for this qualifying. It's a competition. It's not for this qualifying. So that is where a lot of people are getting it wrong. This case is a fraud. If it's not protest, they might be involved in match fixing too, because it could be deliberate. That's why FIFA changed it, that they themselves too have the power to go and investigate it. So I just want to clear
And
it.
the thing is, it says there that it is automatic.
It's
So
automatic,
it is
yes.
not a thing of you have to report or
You
not.
have to report.
Just
It's
like Mutai
automatic.
said, if it's like a match incident, maybe fans came on the
Have
field,
play on the pitch,
something, players were in danger. That's when you
the
have to file a report with the match commissioner and then with,
commissioner.
but this is automatic. A wrongdoing occurred automatically,
Auto,
the action is going to be taken. FIFA just have to answer us. That's why I don't know. We'll get
exactly.
it. Let me take the next person, guys. Please, 4 minutes each. Thank you very much. So welcome.
Yeah, my brother. So it's going to be an intense game. For real, it's going to be very intense. Um, I think we should not allow South Africa to dictate the tempo of the game. That will be our undoing. We need guys that can win the ball in the midfield. That is why I'm kind of very questionable about playing Iwobi in this game. But we still need an outlet of creativity in order to get that goal. For me, if we are going to not have Iwobi there, Chukwueze must start. Chukwueze and Lukman must start. One thing, to be frank with you guys, I don't know who to really pick between Dezers and Arokodar. But we have to put into consideration that Dezers has played a lot of high profile games. This one guy was the top scorer in a conference league. His runs are very unique runs. Either one of them I'm okay with, but I think Dezers has a more composed ability to finish than a crocodile. When you watch the game against Ghana, you saw what his finishing. He was a problem for the Ghana defense. Completely, they could not handle him. And it seems like there's a synergy between Frederick and Desas when it comes to making runs behind defense and that long passes. To me, I think this game will come down to 2-1 if it is a tight game. This game will not be won by talent. It will be won by the team that wants it the most. Nigeria has no room for error in this game. I know we are planning to win, and discipline is extremely important in this game. I've seen a lot of things that are very inconsistent with how the referees has, even from the venue and all that. A lot of stuff are stacked against the Nigerian team. They have to very much have the mental fortitude and discipline in this game. Because if we score these guys first, let me tell you, they will come out like bees. And when they come out like bees, you need players that will be composed enough to trade that pass. We can hold them. When Smith Layi says we can go 2-0 up before they get one, I'm in line with that. And that's the way it will happen. They will throw caution out of the wind. You think we're the only people on pressure in this game? Wait till South Africa concede a goal. They had at the back of their mind that at the end of the whistle, if they lose, they've given the whole advantage to Nigeria.
20 seconds, please.
Yeah.
Then, sir.
So my prediction, which I don't really like to do on this particular game, would be a 2-1 if the two teams are very disciplined. A win for Nigeria. And if South Africa loses their composure in this game because they are trailing, this game could easily balloon to 3 or 4-1.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Zero. So I appreciate you always giving us your very well put together thoughts. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
So so says 2-1 or potential for Nigeria to just take it away with 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah.
If we score 4 goals, I'll be super excited. But I don't think South Africa will allow us carry it away like that. And even though South Africa are of course under pressure as well, I think they still realize that Nigeria needs the points more than they do. As much as they need the points, Nigeria needs it more. So I think if it's a situation whereby the game is a draw, South Africa will probably be more likely to settle for the 1 point than Nigeria that would want to go all out and win. But let's see how it goes. Welcome, Felix. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
I'm good.
Thank you so much, man. Smith Layi, AyoT.
You are looking very comfortable where you are. It's like no nerves, nothing.
No. I'm tense, man. I like Smith Layi's prediction. I live very close to NRG Stadium when one of those matches is going to be played in the World Cup. So anytime I drive past, I say, God, I must watch Super Eagles in this place. I say I must watch Super Eagles. Smith Layi, your analysis has always been on point, telling us what happened in Thailand 90, old. I dey enjoy them too much, man. You know, but
Thank you.
yeah, looking forward to tomorrow's game. One thing I like about playing South Africa is that it's gonna be an open game. They won't sit back. Even if you see their team again, the World Club or the Sundowns, they'll come and play you. So if the coach can play the likes of Ucha and Iwobi, let's play more of attacking game. Just keep it at the back. People don't really see what Wilfred is doing anymore. I know he's declining, but that guy, he has set a standard for himself. And he's still a very vital player. He's still a good player, but the standard is he came in a very high standard, but people still expect him to be at that level. You know, Eric Charlie is a good coach. That's why I still want to play him. So if we can play Chris Santos and Iwobi, just play more of attacking guys. Play what's his name? This new Fulham guy, what's his name? The Chukwueze. Let's play more of attacking guys. I think I'm looking at just 1-0 victory tomorrow. It's gonna be a very open game, and I don't want to mention more goals like Smith Layi. I don't have that confidence, you know. All right. I really commend you guys, man. I always
Thank
try to
you.
log in. Yeah.
Thank you
Appreciate.
much. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Yeah.
That's,
Thank you. Yeah.
so Felix says he's not going to go as far as saying many goals, but he sees us winning the game, which is fair. South Africa, the good thing, like a lot of people have mentioned, they're not a team who likes to just come and pack the balls, and they'll try to play football with you and you beat them. The only thing is that Felix said play Ndidi and then play Uche and Iwobi. I'm just scared of isolating Ndidi in that midfield. I'm a bit scared of that. I don't want them to just pass and run rings around Ndidi if he's by himself. But I understand the people that want us to go and take the game to them. It's one of those things. They were criticizing Mikel Arteta for the game that they lost against Liverpool, where it's like, bro, you are supposed to be challenging. Come and play. Don't come and sit back. So I understand the need or the want for us to go and take the game to South Africa. I just think that we need to find the right balance of attack and still maintaining our solidity in defense, because whether we like it or not, South Africa have some quality in their side.
Yeah.
Uche, welcome.
Yes, good evening.
Hey,
For me, I don't know, like I enjoy balance and I would stick to the midfield. So what I would play, especially in the midfield, will be Ndidi and Onyedika. Onyedika will be my deep line playing midfielder, playmaking midfielder. Then Ndidi will be the eight, supporting him, even if we're having two pivots, but Onyedika will sit behind the defense so that he could also help what's his name? Ekong whenever we are under attack. So that's why we play. And I'll play Ndidi. Ndidi can just be running around and stop ensuring that Mokwena doesn't touch the ball. Then I will play Fisayo. Then I will play a 4-3-1-2 or 4-3-3, in the sense that it will be sitting on top, or will play from seven, either at the top of the diamond or from seven. Then Lukman would be assisting Arokodai. That would be my prediction for the starting lineup, because we need balance. We need someone that can pin a pass from deep line, that can play for a pass, for whether it's moving it to the left or moving it to the right. And I know it
those
will be.
diagonal balls.
Yeah, those diagonal balls, and we know Onyedika does it well. We've seen it in Champions League, so we need it. These are the kind of game we should step up, because we don't want to play flat midfield. If you play flat midfield tomorrow, you do not, because if imagine you use Onyeka, if Onyeka gets the ball from Okrina, what does he do with the ball? He doesn't know how to tread those passes. So you need someone that can tread those passes, and I will play Wobi, because Wobi is accustomed to drifting inward or going outward. So he can play on top of the diamond or go towards seven, and he can lay across. He can play both way. He can even switch with Lukman. Lukman can go the other side. So it's going to be complementing. Then second half I'll bring in Uche and Chikweze to just to do. Then towards the end of the match, I'll probably play three defense, where I bring in what's his name? Benjamin Fredericks to help um Ekong. Yeah, so that's what I'll play. That's what I'll probably play. But the coach likes Simon. That's the thing. Yeah. So let's see what will happen tomorrow. But I usually, especially with Nigerian games, I don't predict Nigerian games, because anything I predict, the opposite go happen. So,
All right, man, no problem. Okay.
uh,
But,
so
but are you feeling good about it?
yes, I remember there's this game we played against South Africa. I thought we were going to lose, and we ended up beating them 3-0. That Nations Cup, Nigeria against South Africa, the one that Osaze then we gave abroad his life.
4-0.
4-0, right? Yeah, remember? And that was the day Osaze became a star.
You both
So
scored first.
yeah, that was the day Osaze became a star. So I just have like, I'm just feeling like, because right now it's more like everyone is expecting that we would not win the match, because South Africa is on the up trajectory, and so everyone is looking at us like, nah, you guys will not make it. So it's in this kind of matches Nigeria will turn up. No one believed that we'll get to the final of AFCON. Yes, and we turned up to the final. So, but at the same time, I lost hope a long time ago. So hopefully they will turn up tomorrow. If they don't, I don't want to put my hopes so high, then they dash it. It will pay me, sha. So
All right. Thank you very much, Uche. Always
uh,
nice seeing you and hearing from
no,
you.
no problem. Man.
Okay. Uche says it's the hope that kills you, so he doesn't want to get his hopes up. So
Yeah,
anything will happen like that. Okay.
yeah.
Welcome, Bobby Ray. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, greetings, everybody.
That's it, real.
Please
You
adjust
can't see me.
your face is not in
Okay, okay. You just move there, yeah.
adjust. You're not in the
Wait, it's
front.
my whole face showing.
3/4 of your face is showing.
Bloody hell. Okay, wait.
Okay. Adjust a little bit. Yes, you're fine now.
Much better.
Much better. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So basically, the game tomorrow. The game's gonna be tough anyway. Game's gonna be tough. I will start with the formation. Basically, I will stick with Nwabali, obviously. I'll bring Agu. I can't play with Onyemaechi from what Onyemaechi gave us last time around. So I'll put Agu. Progresses the better ball better, defense better, and I believe he will put better crosses. And I'll stick with Bassi and Fredericks. Aina on the right. Then the midfield, basically, I will have Onyedika and Onyeka with Uche in the front, because I think in this game I don't think we can risk starting with two strikers. So I would like basically I would like some bodies in the midfield. I need people who have legs, energy, someone that can progress the ball. That's where someone like Uche comes into play. Progress the play and is a little bit dynamic. I'll still stick with Iwobi on the left, though I know he's not going to do that anyway. Chukwueze on the right. I don't think Chukwueze will start. I think he will bring what's his man's name? Moses Simon. I think he will stick with Moses Simon. And though I don't think that's the right idea to me. I don't think it's the right idea. Then up front, I'll play Aroko Dare. Actually, I would have preferred Desas. Desas is more dynamic because of his runs, his anticipation, his positioning, and his slick movement. But the only thing is that I need Aroko Dare, because Aroko Dare is more like a focal point. He's more physical, and we have to make use of our height advantage. That is also where things like set pieces come into play. Because I think set pieces, crosses, diagonals will be key to take advantage of South Africa, because set pieces is their bane, is their main problem. We know that if you watch from the club level, from the national team level, they are not good with set pieces, they are not good with crosses, and we have to take just the way the Super Falcons took advantage of Zambia in the WAFCON. I think we should do the same to South Africa, because that is what Madugu did. He took advantage because they were not good in defending set pieces and aerial balls. So we have to do that. Even though it also comes to the same fact, Tolo Olukudare is not necessarily good in the air. That's another disadvantage. But still, you have someone like Bassi and maybe Ekong later. But I won't want to start Ekong. No, I won't want to start Ekong, because I think he's going to be targeted by the South Africans. And they're going to press our players. They will press the defenders. They will press us in midfield. So we need runners. We need legs. We can't carry passengers in this game. There will be no room for passengers. Then our game management is still something I fear. Yes, we did it well against Rwanda, but it will be more tasking against South Africa. There will be a lot of theatrics. There will be a lot of mind games. They will try to buy time. They will waste time because they know that a point is still enough for them. So we'll be under immense pressure. So we have to manage the game properly. We have to know when to lock up shop. We have to know when to choke the midfield. We'll have to know these things in order to get the desired results. So it's a tough game. Mentality is important. We don't need complacency. We don't need complacency in the game. I would say if my heart tells me it's going to be my head tells me it's going to be a close win. I mean, yeah, a narrow win, 1-0, nervy, full of pressure. But my heart tells me that we'll just go there and whitewash them. When I say whitewash them, I'm not saying like 6-0. I'm saying maybe we'll just go just like the same way with the Falcons and Zambia. My heart tells me that we'll end up going there, beating them silly, boosting our goal difference, and leaving there. But I believe we'll win. I believe I'll win. But
Sorry, but I want to ask really one question before
quickly.
But really, why you've followed football for so long? Why do you think that all medias, Super Sport, anybody, they say that Super Eagles is nothing? Nobody gives these guys any chance in this game. Even the bookmakers, South Africa, they are heavy favorites. Why do you think it's like that?
Yeah, the South Africans are saying the same thing, but they say the way you dress your bed, that's the way you lie on it. It is the way we have the way we have portrayed ourselves that makes them to speak that way about us. Yes, but one thing you can say that they don't understand is that the Super Eagles are the type of team, like they say, and on their day team, which I don't fancy. They're a team that maybe when you underrate them more, that is when they step up. That's the kind of thing Nigeria does. When you least expect them, they deliver. But the way we are, just look at our group. We've won only one game at home. We played the likes of Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Benin. We've won only one game at home. So the antecedents, you can't blame the antecedents. But for me, I like the way that we are the underdog. I like the way they say we are nothing. I like the way they say we cannot deliver. That is what I want. It is left to our players to live up to the expectation, hold with responsibility and deliver. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Bobby Ray. Nice hearing from you as always.
No worries. All right.
Okay. Before I bring the next guest, guys, please, just a quick reminder. It looks like maybe some of the South Africans that are watching, they are removing their likes from the video. So please, if you are a Nigerian that is watching and you've not hit the like button yet, do us a favor. Just take 10 seconds. Hit the like button, whether you're on your mobile device, you're on your laptop, you're on your TV. It doesn't cost you anything to like the video. It doesn't take anything away from you. We still have less than 50% of people that are watching, that have hit the like button. And I saw that the likes were going down. So I think as Nigerians were calling in and are saying that they expect Nigeria to win, South Africans were getting upset. They started removing their likes. So please hit the like button. And even though we're about to take the final few callers, I would pray that some of my South African friends that are in the comments, like Madikande, like Segodi, you guys, one of you should just click the link. Come on. I would love for you guys to not only be keyboard warriors. Let's hear your point of view. It's a friendly conversation. Let's hear what you think about the game tomorrow. But yeah, so we'll take the final few callers. If the South Africans chicken out, that's also fine. But guys, please help us hit the like button and get the likes back up. Thank you very much. Sam, nice to see you once again.
Good evening, AyoT. Good evening, Smith Layi. Good evening to the guys. I would like to go back to Smith Layi's last question to Bobby Ray. As far as everything favoring the South Africans, see, there's something that comes with winning. South Africans have been doing their homework. The last time they were on this streak, like this, like winning the last four games of their World Cup qualifying was 2002. The last time they were there before they hosted. And in that exactly, in that 2002, they were at the World Cup. So there is this feeling that comes with winning. You're not dropping points. You're winning all your game. And they're winning convincingly. Like, I thought the game against Benin Republic was the game for them to draw points and then would catch up with them. But they dismantled the Benin Republican team. The same thing against Lesotho on the last game. I was thinking, okay, at the most, if they win, it will be a scrappy win. And they shattered our hopes. 3 goals. So it's what comes with the winning. And you can look on our side too. We are not doing any better. Even our last win against Rwanda, everybody knows like it was a hard-fought, prayer-filled 1-0 win. Of course, they are watching our games and they are seeing how we're performing. So it just favors them that they can go all out and get 3 points from us. That's just how poor of a run we've had in this qualifying rounds. So I understand why the media, the bookies, everything is going their way. It
Sorry,
happens when you keep getting those 3 points.
Sam, just to back up your points quickly, the last game that South Africa lost was against us in the AFCON in on penalties. That's the last game
Now,
they lost.
there you go. And that was AFCON was this year or last year?
Last
Last
year.
year.
Last year. So that's the confidence. Hugo Bros has come and he has done a tremendous job with this team. He said this will be the after this and then the AFCON, this will be his last spell with South Africa. What better way to end your spell than taking them to the World Cup? I'm a Nigerian, and of course, I want us to go to the World Cup. But let's also people who are putting the work. South Africans have put in this on our part is just okay. I would want my country to be at the World Cup, but if we were to reward hard work, these guys actually deserve it better than us because we can't take this dropping points and 1-1 goal streak to the World Cup. They're going to whitewash us there. So
Our legend said favor over labor. It's not by working hard.
favor no day football again. Favor no day football again. Oh. If you watch Italy versus Israel today, the Israeli team was almost there. It was just as in Italy being Italy, then they came back and they won 5-4. Football now has changed. For my tomorrow, just slight changes to the lineup. I wouldn't want a Bruno. I've always been on the side of Smith Layi. Bruno no be all those things are just vibes and inshallah. Bruno is not that person for that role. Let's put in a Felix Agu. I want to see more technical players because the South Africans are going to come with strength. They are going to match us with everything. Let's see a Felix Agu. And of course, my own part, I'll definitely want a Ekong to be back. I feel like we need that leadership mentality. Frederick is good, but I feel the pressure on him tomorrow is going to be too much if they start him in that lineup. I'll definitely want to see a Crisanto Suche come in for a Franco Onyeka. I feel like Crisanto Suche will bring this flair in that midfield for me. Indeed, already on the defensive side, I'm assured where he is. Indeed, he's in a good fine run of form. I want Crisanto Suche to bring in the flair. With Osimhen going out, it's hard, it's painful, but this is the kind of game I wish they had put in a Terry Murphy in this team. With Tolu being a very good hold-up play striker, a Terry Murphy will be the one to be the clinical finisher in this kind of event. It's a hard call. I wish Super Eagles all the best. Of course, I want us to take all 3 points. But again, my mind is seeing a 2-0 win, but my head is seeing a new draw, a 1-1 draw.
All right. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you very much. So, Sam, I think Sam is the first person to mention a draw here. You know, most people have been saying Nigeria win. South Africans are saying that they would win. Sam is the first person to mention it.
Anything is possible.
And anything is possible. You know, football, that's the beauty of the game. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Okay. I'll take what we have about 4 or 5 more people to go. We're already over time, so guys, please let's just try to keep your our thoughts as concise as possible. Samuel, welcome, sir.
Hey, Smith Layi.
Yeah, I hear you.
Smith Layi. How are you, man? So good to talk to you, bro. I follow your program, I follow your shows. Even when I missed it, every time I go back to watch the replay, man. I love your honest opinion on this game, man. I love it. Eagle Tracker, man. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I always try to join live, but every time I just missed it. So I'll go back watch the replay every now and then. And I will also like behind, you know. Always like it. But today I'm like, okay, I just need to join live today too. Anyways, I don't have a lot to say. As regards the game, tomorrow I pray we'll win. And I think we will win. I have this strong feeling that we'll win because history, everything is in our favor. I mean, they're playing their antics and everything, but come on, South Africa. I know they've been in a good run of form, you know, and they've been very good. We need to blame ourselves too for being in this situation because Nigeria, oh my God. But they've been very good. They've been solid, no doubt about that. But talent for talent, we have so much better, you know. They have the organization and everything, so that's why they are bragging. But I think with the performance in our last game and what the players are doing right now, I think they will try, they will frustrate them. But I think the boys are ready. They are very ready. They are all for this, and I think we'll win. South Africa are no match. They will try. They'll give it a fight, but I think Nigeria will win. I just see us winning. There's nothing because there's nothing really to lose. It's either you win or lose. Draw is not good enough. So just go out there and go all out. If you draw, it doesn't work. So we just need to win. We need the win. That's all we need right now. So, and I liked Eric, man. I love that guy. Every time I watch our game, like he have a game plan. Forget the chance. He always have a game plan for every game. Like when was the last time we have a coach that is? I wish they've given this guy the job a long time ago before now. But no, our NFL, after the Nations Cup now, after his contract expired, I'm sure they will let him go. And they should. A man like this need to be there for longer period. Imagine if this guy is with us for like 2-3 years. Imagine what he would do with our national team. Discipline is back. Everybody is serious, coming to camp on time. It's just so amazing. But I hope we'll make it. I believe we will win, and I'm praying. And concerning Osimhen, it's a big miss, man. It's a big miss. It's a very, very big miss. But I think Chris Uche is there too, so we should be good. But definitely Osimhen will be a big miss. Definitely will be a big miss. But I think we have enough power. We have enough arsenal in our rank to get the job done. South Africa, come on. They are no match. If you put our ass together, come on. Any day, anywhere. If they like, they should take it to another country. Anywhere, we'll be there. We'll be South Africa. I'm so positive about this. And please, somebody say something to this our goalkeeper, please. That guy, man, that guy. I don't know, man. That guy, you should just please calm down. At least not tomorrow. We don't need that. Other than if he was in South Africa, he was doing that thing was doing last week, we'll get a record. We will get in trouble. We'll put us in trouble. That was just too much. We're a professional player, for crying out loud. Come on. Somebody should just call him and just say something to him, please. So I don't put us in trouble. And that's all I have to say. I don't have a lot to say, but I'm glad I'm able to join your live today.
Thank you very much, Samuel.
Guys, I appreciate it. Smith Layi.
Thank you for
Have a good one, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That was Samuel. Okay, let's jump to the next caller straight away. Mr. Godswill, welcome.
Yes, good evening from here. What can we say? My take on this matter is very simple. The officials of the Nigerian Football Federation have brought in their style of doing things, and it's affecting the players, it's affecting the coach, it's affecting everybody because they don't know what they are doing. They are making selections for the coach, and the coach has to play with the players that they choose. Now, I remember the first time I watched Nigeria versus South Africa, the first time they came to Nigeria. We overwhelmed them. They eventually caught up with us football-wise. They are much more serious. Their league is much more organized. Right now, we don't even have a league. I don't think, I can't remember when last I watched a league match. I don't even know which teams are good. And you bring in a player from the league to come and compete with a professional player that plays outside. Leave that. For this match tomorrow, I think Eric Chell should pick his best 11 without being influenced by either name or the club you play in. Because if he does that, if he picks a player because the player has made a name and currently the player is not informed, I think he will make a big mistake and will lose that match. So I think, and I believe we can win the match. I see a 2-0. I see a 2-0. But two things. Drop the goalkeeper. He plays in South Africa. Yes.
They should drop
Yes.
it.
Yes. That's my take. That's my take. That's my take. It's either we bring in this one that looks like the Man United former goalkeeper,
Adeleye.
That looks like Onana.
Hmm.
Or we use the other goalkeeper. The thing is, Nwabali will not be at his best. Take it from me. I'm not hearing you.
No, go on. We're listening to you.
So Nwabali will not be at his best. He plays in South Africa. And after this match, he will go back to South Africa. So I think they should play another goalkeeper in that position. For Chris Ekong, for True Shekong, he's the captain. I think he can rally around the team with his experience. This might be his final chance to go to a World Cup. So I think he has the fire. Look at all the teams who have played with us. They are hungry players. They are hungry to make a name for themselves. So by playing Nigeria and playing well, they will make a name for themselves. Our players are not hungry. They don't have that fire. It's now they are seeing that they might be out of the World Cup, and for some of them it will be their last chance. If they want to be at the World Cup, they will put in their best. People played with broken tooth. People died on the pitch for their country. If they want to be patriotic enough to win that match tomorrow, they should put in everything they have. Leave the what's it called? The NFF officials. I am so bitter about it. If I have my way, I will fire everybody in the NFF. If I have my way. But I don't. People like the NFF president and all whatever it is, his own is just to come out when we win things and come and stand and collect trophy. He should stay away and allow these boys to train and win. I am not happy with the officials. They should leave the coach alone to do his job. They should not select a team for him. If they fail, let him take responsibility for his selection and not somebody else tell him put this player here and put this player there. If he's not sure of the player, let him bench the player. Nwabali should not start. My take. Nwabali should not start.
Prediction.
And since Osimhen is not playing, a combination of Cyril Destas and Lookman should be up front. Tolu can come in later. He will come in stronger from the bench. If you start him, he fizzles out in the game.
Okay.
My take.
Your prediction for the game very quickly, sir.
I said 2-0.
Okay, 2-0. Nigeria win.
Yes. If we don't use Nwabali. But if we use Nwabali, it will be a draw.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Godswill. I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So Mr. Godswill does not want Nwabali by any means. I see the South Africans in the comments. South Africans said if Nwabali does not start, then he needs to return the money that we paid him.
And with due respect to Nwabali, they have been saying that if Mokwena can shoot, say that FIFA boy go give us go. That's what they're talking about.
Because to be honest, I understand why the South Africans feel confident about Nwabali because in their league he hasn't been doing too well of recent. Even in his last game for his club, he made errors that led to opportunities and to a goal for the opponent. So I understand why they feel that. But you guys should know that Nwabali is a different Stanley when he's playing for Nigeria versus when he's playing for Chippa United. What is Chippa United doing for him? Nigeria is boosting his reputation. So don't worry. See, Charles said, Smith, tell Simon to shoot to finish better. I don't know if Layi is going to send that to Simon, but I'm sure everyone.
I won't say that to Simon actually.
Bobby says, hot take, Godswill, but I see your point, though he will be playing at home. So he's saying he understands where he's coming from with Nwabali not being in the game. Okay, we have to go very, very quickly, guys. So please, let's try to run through our thoughts. I know I'm not giving you guys as much time, but you guys are just joined. You guys are kind of late, so you have to go quicker. Damola, you have 4 minutes, and then everybody after would have about 2.5 minutes because Damola has been waiting since. But yes, thank you very much, Damola. Welcome.
Yeah, hello guys. You guys are doing a good job, So So about tomorrow's match, I think Nigerians needs to calm down. You know, let's calm down, you know, take a cup of juice, drink, you know, just, you know, relax. You know, let's go back to history. Because I've been following the Super Eagles for many years now. And then if you go back, anytime people don't expect Nigeria to win South Africa, Nigeria always win. And also the reverse. Go back to 2004 AFCON. I don't know if you guys remember what happened. The game before South Africa, you know, some players were sent back home. I think Agali, Yakubu, and I think Agawa and some other players, right?
Yeah.
And then a certain young Osazi Odewingi came from nowhere, right? And we won the game 4-0. Nobody expected Nigeria to beat South Africa 4-0 that day. So let us relax, you know. And Hugo Bros, the coach of Bafana, right? Now, let's go back to history again. What happened in the 2018 qualifiers? Why was Hugo Bros fired as the coach of Cameroon? If you remember very well, we were in the same group with Cameroon, right? And before we played Cameroon, I remember Hugo Bros came out and he said, we are going to beat Nigeria. Nigeria has no chance. We have a better team. And it's true. Cameroon had a better chance. But remember, they won the 2017 AFCON, right? We were not there. So he was bragging. He went all over the Cameroonian media, boasting that he would beat Nigeria. But what he did not know was that we had a certain young Iheanacho. We had Iwobi, who were just coming up. We had not unleashed them yet. So the same will happen tomorrow. We are going to unleash some players that the South Africans don't know yet. There's a reason why Osimhen was injured. You see, everything happens for a reason. I think people need to go back and look at the history of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As for the players tomorrow, I think he's going to play midfielders that have legs. There's a reason why he benched Onyedika in the first game. There's a reason why he benched Bashiru. No, he brought Bashiru later on, right? And there's a reason why he benched Uche. So you can fix the puzzle there. Chukwueze will play tomorrow. Maybe not as a winger. He might come in as a number 10. Tomorrow's game. Okay, I'll say something as well. You know, I lived in South Africa for many years.
1 minute, please. 1 minute.
Yes. I lived in South Africa for many years, right? So I know their football very well. I want them to qualify for the World Cup as well. But one thing I will say for sure is that Nigeria will win. I also want South Africa to go to the World Cup, but they can go through the long distance route, you know, which is the intercontinental, you know, playoff. And then we shall all meet in the World Cup next year, by God's grace.
All right.
So in terms of the score prediction, I don't want to say what the scores would be, but let's put it this way. The scores is going to be a huge margin to the point whereby the Bafana fans might turn against the Bafana players tomorrow. So you can fix that puzzle yourself, you know. And one more thing as well, you know, in the 2010 World Cup, I was in South Africa when the World Cup was played. I watched all the games that the Super Eagles played live in the stadium, except for the last game. So I was in this same Bloemfontein Stadium in 2010 when we lost to Greece. I remember very well that day, everybody was expecting Nigeria to win against Greece, remember? But we lost to Greece 2-0. And a certain Uche scored as well, right? Now, I want you to fix the
over your time, Mr.
Yes. So what's going to happen tomorrow is that the reverse is going to happen. Nigeria is going to win in Bloemfontein tomorrow. It's going to be like an highlight of what happened in the 2010 World Cup, but now it's going to be in the reverse. So I want Nigerians to relax. Nigeria will win tomorrow, and Nigeria will qualify for the World Cup next year. Okay. South Africa, my brothers and sisters in this, I know they are all in the chat. You guys can go through the playoff, you know, and then hopefully we shall all meet at the World Cup next year.
All right, thank you very much, Damola.
Thank you, Damola. Thank you.
Damola says South Africa should take the long route. I mean, well, they are good at 800 meters normally, so they can take that long route and let us take the
if he didn't qualify, it was Akugo Bulls.
I mean, because they're in pole position, so it's in their hands. Okay, guys, everybody else, please.
Two
One, one,
minutes.
one, 1 to 2 minutes, guys, please. We're over time, so please 1 or 2 minutes max. I don't want to have to like remove anybody while they are speaking. So let's please try to just be as quick as possible.
Set your timer.
Yes, you guys joined late, so it's
Maybe you
not.
have to put the timer like all these fan traffic. Put I put timer there. Bang, bang, bang.
Charles, very
Hello,
quickly, your
hello.
thoughts.
See, you see this game. This game is like it's going to be what I say one of the most easiest game. I was a little bit worried about the Rwandan game. The Rwandan game was the hardest to me. I saw that the hardest because those guys were physically stronger than us. But this game, if Nigeria can win it, there might be pressure on SA because now Nigeria will be level on points with them, 13-13. And I want Benin to win their match. Because if Benin win their match, they'll be like, okay, yes, we're on top of the group. So they'll be rally about it. Please, Simon should learn how to shoot better. He was annoying. There was one he had. There was a breakaway. He was going through. Okay, you had Lookman pressing. It was just. It was similar to that Lookman goal he scored against Angola. He was making a breakaway. He could have passed. Lookman was free. He did not pass. He shot it by himself. Mwatari saved it. He bounced to Lookman awkwardly. Lookman shoot. He didn't shoot it well. Please, Simon should learn how to shoot, or better still, bench him, put Lookman there. Lookman played there the first half. You saw what he did. Just that one killer pass to Osimhen. That was a goal. I don't know why they say it was outside. That was a clean goal. They said it was outside. Please, they should do something about that. Also, one more thing. If possible, let Chukwueze play that number 10. Let Desas play up front. Let Iwobi play that right wing. Iwobi and Aina play that right wing. Let Bruno be benched. Let put Felix Agu. Because this man, this chair is unpredictable. And one thing people don't know is this guy is too. He can decide to play Calvin on the left back and play Felix Agu on right back. Nobody will see that coming because I'm afraid of Lion Foster. I don't want us to give Benjamin Frederick Lion Foster. Lion Foster is a Premier League proven striker. He scored goals. Please, I want us to take this team. And the stadium is on. I saw Hugo Bruce. Hugo Bruce was complaining about the stadium. I don't know why they are doing all this. They just want to break the spirit of Nigeria. It will backfire if Nigeria are taking 3-0 and they can't score on that surface. Because Nigeria is not Lesotho. Lesotho just did not care.
All right.
Please,
Thank you very
please.
much, Charles. Thank you.
Yeah. I
Appreciate it.
see. I would say if we're clinical, a 3-0. A
Yeah.
3-0. Yeah, a 3-0. Because I feel like the boys have learned their lesson. If you saw that Rwanda game, all of them were making runs, like everybody was on their feet. So they would not want to concede again. Trust me. Because we need to reduce the goal difference. We need to reduce that goal difference. We need to reduce it no matter what. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Very brief and fast.
Yes. Mr. Seed, welcome, sir.
It's Mr. Seed now.
We cannot hear you. You're muted.
It's been a long time I've seen Mr. Seed.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, go
I
on.
hear you.
Yeah, good to see you guys and Smith Layi. Good to see you too. Like last time I said, I think Eric Chair listened to me. Start Benjamin Franklin. Don't look at anybody's face. Just play the ball. And he did exactly that because we are talking of players that will be in form. I don't think he will change the team. The only thing that will happen, he's going to change because if you see, he's a coach that learns quickly on his mistakes. So he's going to Onyedika will not start, but he will need another personality in that midfield because he'll play a double pivot because you need to hold down Mokwena in that midfield. You need to dominate that midfield completely. So I think he's going to either start Onyedika or if he wants to play a single pivot, bring in Chukwueze because that left wing was completely empty. Or he tells Lukman to drift to that place so we don't have a lopsided team that will start this game. It's going to be a tough game. The South Africans are pumped up. This is their closest chance to win. And Nigeria will do all their best to also try to win the game. I think the boys are okay. In attack, I think Tolu is the only person that would have to start in the attack now because he has a way of bringing other players into the game. You know, and we need that route one football because route one football is what the South Africans don't like. They want you to play the ball on the feet with them. So, but we need to disrupt their game. Play the route one football sometimes. Lob the ball up to look and get the ball is big, and then Lookman and Moses play around them, and then they see what they can do to take their chances. If they can take, because if you notice when he entered against Rwanda, we had more chances in the game, and just that we didn't take them because Lookman is not match fit. But he did a very good thing to allow Lookman play 70 minutes to bring his fitness up because he knows the critical game is in South Africa. My predictions. My heart wants Nigeria to win the game, like every other Nigerian. But sometimes I'm realistic. The better prepared team, the better team with momentum is the South African team. And Nigerians must have to realize that that's the truth. They're going to be pumped up in Bloemfontein. And my head tells me that the Nigerians may narrowly lose this game. It's not the popular prediction, but my head is telling me it's going to be a narrow loss. Nigeria will play well, but we may just lose it 2-1 because the South Africans, to be honest, they are very, very good.
You are going
Why?
to you are going
They
to make the South Africans in this
they play they play together. They play together as a formidable team, and sometimes you have to our game for us to get to that point. We must play for a long time because our boys are coming from we have the star players. We don't have the team. All right, so the South Africans have the team, and the truth is that the momentum is behind them. But I know that the Eagles can forge out something good. If they do it, we are all more than happy. But tomorrow's game is going to be one of the most difficult games that the Super Eagles have played. Watch all the games that Super Eagles have played with the South Africans in South Africa. It's never been easy. I know people are saying history. Go and look at the history. It's never been easy. Even in our best years with Rashidi Yekini, we had 0-0 in their stadium when they just came out of from the apartheid regime. So it's never been easy to play South Africa in South Africa. It's always a tough game.
All right.
So that's my own take on it. I hope the Eagles can win tomorrow and confound us by winning tomorrow, even if it's 1-0, whatever, half zero, let them win. But my head is telling me it's going to be a tough game. South Africans will really be pumped for it, and
All right.
let the best team win. And it will be a reminder that we need to get our football right. We need to get our football right. There's
All right.
no shortcut to it.
Thank you very much, Sid. First person to predict South Africa win. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but I appreciate your honesty and your opinion on this. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we have one prediction for South Africa. Of course, other than the South Africans that have been making us in the comments, I asked you guys to come on and join me. All of you chickened out, they are making us in the comment section. Don't worry, we'll be here tomorrow after the game, live after the game. We'll be here for the post-match reaction, analysis, conversation, everything. So guys, please make sure you join me again tomorrow. Right, maybe 5 minutes after the full-time whistle, I should be live here to discuss everything that happened in the game. We're hoping for a victory for the Super Eagles, but as we know, this is football. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It is going to be a very crucial, tight, nervy, cagey match, in my own opinion. So let's just wait and see. Every case says, can we start Sadiq Benin and Benjamin Tanimu tomorrow? They are not in the squad, so I don't think that that's something that is going to happen, even though I know he's joking. But I also have a question here, Smith Layi, and I want us to end on this question. Who will be the joker for us tomorrow?
I think it's gonna be, if he starts, it's gonna be Dele Bashiru.
Sayo Dele Bashiru.
It's gonna be Dele Bashiru. I just think that he's it's Falcao will find it very hard to deal with a player like that. It's just that they don't like contact, they don't like physical players like that. That's the reason why you see them so good against Mali, against Ivory Coast, against DR Congo. You see them struggle against a team that can impose themselves physically on them. They don't have problems playing against North Africans. But when it's about a physically imposing team, it's always a big problem for them. They can take care of Benin Republic, they can take care of Togo, they can take care. But when it comes like Senegal, team that they don't care, they don't look at your face. Ivory Coast, they are always in trouble. They're always in trouble. So I just think that Bashiru is someone that's very physical and can actually dominate them actually work very well. Not like we should make sure that we don't collect yellow card too, just like Ashworth mentioned, because they won't hesitate to give us yellow card in that game, even at the first minutes, if needs actually what a bit. So for me, I think Bashiru will be very crucial for them,
I
for
think
us.
for me, I'll just quickly say I think I'm looking at Wilfred Ndidi as a player to watch in that game. The game can go in our favor or can go in South Africa's favor due to the performance of Wilfred Ndidi. If Wilfred Ndidi does a very good job in that midfield and wins the battle for us, I think it will propel us to victory. If he doesn't do a good job and he gets overrun and outplayed in midfield, I think it can help South Africa's game. So I just really think that he can be a joker, whether for or against Nigeria. But I think indeed he has a crucial role to play in that game. As me assuming that he starts in that defensive midfield role, I think he has a very, very crucial role to play because we need to win this game. We need to win that midfield battle. But yes, that's where we're going to leave it for tonight, guys. It will be back again. I will be back again immediately after the game tomorrow. So make sure you join me. For everybody that's making noise in the comments, whether you're for Nigeria or you're for South Africa, make sure you join tomorrow live on Eagles Tracker immediately after the game. If you are yet to subscribe to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button now. If you are yet to like this video, like this stream, hit the like button now. And if you have the means that you want to support the channel, feel free to leave a super chat or a super thanks or super sticker. It helps us, to run the channel, helps us to create content, and it goes a long way so that we keep doing what we do. Massive, massive thanks to you guys, man. It's been over 2.5 hours of pure engagement, enjoyment, fun conversation, and we look ahead to tomorrow's game against South Africa. This has been the Naija FC podcast with me, your host, AyoT, and thank you once again to my reliable co hosts.
Smith Layi, thank you guys.
We'll see you after the game. Bye bye, guys.
Yeah, all right.